Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday night. That means it's time for another Facebook Live. Sorry for the confusion earlier today on whether we were going to do it tonight, whether I was going to have Facebook Live tonight. We had gotten invited over to my son and daughter-in-law's house for dinner, and then my husband started feeling bad, and so we decided not to go over. So that meant I could go back to having Facebook Live tonight. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. All right, I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes to get on. Hey, Betty. And I will get this shared to my group. So if anybody is looking for it there, they can find it. My cat is wondering who I'm talking to. He's coming over to see what's going on. All right. Hope everybody is having a good week. Almost. We've made it to hump day, so only a couple more days. All right. Sharing now. Okay. Now we will get started. We'll probably have some others join us as we go along. So we are still playing with the new holiday mini catalog. And I didn't use any celebration stuff tonight. Next week, I'll have to be sure I concentrate on some celebration items. I think I'm supposed to be getting the sheep sometime soon, so that will be fun. I'll have to play with them. But tonight we are playing with the Sparkle of the Season bundle. Try and do this without dumping all my dies out. So this is the stamp set, and it's got this, I call it a wreath, and then all these different leaves, some nice sentiments. So it's good for fall, Halloween. It's even got some bats and Happy Halloween, and then Christmas. So it's good for fall through Christmas. And you could even do, a winter one with just the greenery if you wanted. And the snowflakes. There's little snowflakes too. So I'll have to play some more with it. And then the die set that goes with it is really nice. Ooh, pumpkins. Upside down. So you have, let me see if I can get them both to show up at once. Yeah. So you have 3 wreaths. This is the smallest one. I used that on my Halloween card. So I posted this one the other day. You can kind of see those stars are shimmery. And this broom is from here, so I used purple. And I'd stamped a purple in the background just to give it a little more fullness. Stamped the little bats on there. So that was what I did for Halloween with this one. Hey, Susie. And then this one, to me, it looks like more of the Christmas greenery. It's got holly leaves there and just like some pine greenery. And then this one is what I used tonight for the fall. But then you've got leaves, pumpkin, like I said, the broom, and then some that will cut out. And there's a bat that will cut out some of the stamped images. So that is what we're going to use tonight. I don't want it to go too far because I am going to die cut something while we're working tonight. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to stamp and die cut first. So the paper that I'm using tonight is, excuse me, it's from our 6x6 Designer Series paper packs, and these come in each color family. So this is the Regals. And so let me see how many sheets you get total. You get 40 sheets total. And so this is all the Regal colors. So this is kind of what I'm using tonight for the leaves and stuff. But I wanted, and I've already die cut all the little leaves, so you didn't have to sit and watch me do that. But I did want to, I wanted to stamp. So this is Crushed Curry, one of the Regal colors. And I did want to stamp it on the Crushed Curry Designer Series paper and then die cut it. So it just gives it more color. It doesn't have that white then around it. So let's die cut that real quick, and then we won't have to bring our die cut machine back. I'm going to set these aside for just a minute. I have paper on there then my die cut machine starts wiggling everywhere. All right, so this one, I can use the mini because it's just this little leaf. And grab my dies. All right. That on the other side. All right, so I'm just lining that up. I'm trying to make sure I have that top point and that bottom point, and then put that on there without it moving. And then I just kind of hold it. Whoops. Got kind of crooked on me. It's walking away. There we go. And now we have this fun leaf. All right, let's put all of this away. We can get back to, let me put my die cut away, or my die away, because I certainly don't want to lose it. There we go. All right. Now we can finish our card. So the other thing I did is I took, this is Sahara sand, and like always, I'll put the dimensions for everything on my blog when I'm done here. And I've got Sahara sand ink and one of my blending brushes, and I've been just kind of using, like, this is my brown one. And I just used it on Sahara sand on it the other day, so it should be fine. But I decided I just wanted some shadow here behind where my wreath is going to go. So I'm just, and when I'm doing this, normally I would pounce it off first, but on this, I'm just lightly swirling it and then putting more pressure on it. So when I first put it on, because I'm doing it light, I'm not getting that harsh thing that you sometimes see if you go straight onto your paper. I'm going to need to go down a little bit more too. And you can just do as much or as little as you want. And you'll really notice it when I put the sentiment on. You know, just looking at it here, you can kind of see that it's shadowed, but you probably don't notice a lot. But when you lay that sentiment on top of it, that's where you can really notice the difference. Whoops, about lost my leaf. All right, we're probably about done. I just liked it because it gave it a little bit more depth. All right, we're going to call that good. And I left it at the bottom. I didn't do any of it. So it's just where our wreath is going to be. All right. And then the other thing I'm going to stamp before we start putting all this together is my sentiment. And I'm going to stamp that in soft suede. And I just have a little piece of Sahara sand. This is always the tricky part because I'm not right over it like I normally would be. Not bad. All right, and then we're going to trim that down a little bit. I still like to use my this little one that we got free, I don't know, a year ago or so. Okay, get that thing out of the way. And I used the Pick a Banner punch. We'll see if I can do it without I may have to get a piece of Post-it. So I like to turn it over and do it from the other side so I can see if it looks like it's centered. And I will probably have to get a Post-it for the other side. And I always do it upside down like that, especially when I've got sentiment like this. because I certainly don't want to cut off part of my word. So I'll lay that in there, use my Post-it note to push it down in there. And there we go. There we go. So now we have our sentiment. And we have all of our pieces that we need. So I already have some leaves and a pumpkin and my wreath, which is the soft suede. My card base is Sahara sand. And my other leaf. So now we have all of our pieces. And so then you just kind of decide how you want your wreath to go. And I think for the sake of not taking too long, let me grab, I'm going to get my silicone craft sheet, because this one you can clean the glue off of it. So when I did it, I did glue dots. But I'm going to try tonight to do liquid glue. So we'll see how that works. And if it doesn't work, you know I always give whoever wins this the better of the two. So let's put some dots. And we're going to, and you can use take your pick tool. This is a pretty big piece, but it's really handy to pick up things. Whoops. I was looking away and it dropped right on there, didn't it? All right, so I want that there. And I know that some of these leaves are really more holly instead of oak or something, but I decided that was fine. That when you do them in these red colors, that it will be just fine. So I'm going to put a red one here. And let's put another red one of the other. So there's two different, this is the more oak leaf. Uh-oh, it dropped off. I think I need some more sticky stuff. There we go. So I'm kind of just doing a grouping down here, and my pumpkin will go in the middle. So then we're going to do some yellow, and I'm going to leave a little space in the middle for my pumpkin. So let's do a yellow leaf. Then, which one do I want next? A red leaf. And this probably will not, whoops, will probably not turn out exactly like my other one, but that's okay. And that one I did another red one and then a yellow one at the end. I'm going to try and tuck that just a little bit underneath there. Whoops. Whoops. All right. And then I'm going to put some glue right here for my pumpkin. He's just going to sit right in the middle. All right. And I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Whoops, that doesn't go on there. And let that glue set before I start messing with it. Otherwise, I'm liable to pull it apart as I try and get it to my card. So while we're waiting on that, we can go ahead and put this on our card base. And I used dimensionals to do that. It would have been too hard to do dimensionals on this because they were such small pieces. So I decided I would put dimensionals on this piece, because you have to have dimensionals on your cards. Most of mine, I end up using them somewhere, it seems like. Which means every time I place an order I have to order dimensionals. All right, so this is just gonna go in the middle here. All right, let's see if our wreath is ready to come up. And then you can just clean that off, take it to the sink, take a baby wipe to it. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just gonna put some dots of glue, and down here at the bottom I've got a lot of space, and then on these I can just put on these leaves. Again, I thought it would be too hard to try and put it up on dimensionals. And then I just want to make sure my pumpkin is straight and that it's over that area where we did our sponging. There we go. And then we'll put our sentiment on with dimensionals also. And I did them on the card itself rather than trying to figure out where to put them on the sentiment so they would be in the right spot. I did them on the card. That was just easier for me. And then that's just gonna go straight across there. So there you can really see that sponging now. And then of course, I set them over here. I thought, where did they go? All right, maybe I didn't. Maybe I put them away. So we have to have, I did. I put them away. You have to have some bling. And I love, these are our metallic pearls. And they come in gold and silver. In a package, you get both gold and silver. I think I'm gonna need some more. And I did 5. You always want to do an odd number. And I did 5 on my card, so let's see. Let's put one there. And it doesn't matter, we're just gonna scatter them around. Let's put one up there. All right, we need one more because we can't have an odd number, I mean an even number. Where should we put our one more? I think we should put it there. There. So there you go. That is our card for tonight. There's the one we made tonight and the one that I made earlier. I hope you enjoyed those. And I will get my blog post done. It's about done, so it won't be long after I post this. Thank you, ladies. That the blog post will be there with the dimensions. And then last week, we made this card with the Delicate Dahlias, which is a celebration item. I love that set. It is so fun. And so the winner of this card is Jackie Pettit. So I will get this sent to her. She won this one. Okay. I think that is it for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. And next week, we'll have to see if I get to do, if I do it Wednesday, it might have to be a little bit later than normal. I have a hair appointment, and I'm afraid it may go long, so I may have to push it to like 8 so I can get a chance to eat something before I come on and do this. But I will let you know next week. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Good night.